In this video, we're going to talk about interest rate, economic slowdown, and fast message to the public. Coming up. Regina Chen. I'm your local real estate agent right here in Irvine, California. Today, we're going to look into interest rate, the past, the current number, and based on the current data, what's the most likely direction. We'll do the same with the economic growth. And also, we're gonna read together about the Fed Chair Jerome Powell, his message to the public for us to better understand the government's policy and strategy. We're looking at Freddie Mac 30 years fixed rate since 2022 January till last week, June 17th. So we can see that it's jumped up very steeply from around 3% all the way over 6%. And that is mainly driven by the Fed rate hike. On this graph, we're looking at the Freddie Mac 30 years fixed rate since the beginning of 2022 till mid-June this year. We can see that it's a very steep trend from around 3% all the way over 6%. That's mainly driven by the recent Fed rate hike. Here's the Fed Chair Powell said in June 15. I say if you are a home buyer, somebody or a young person looking to buy a home, you need a bit of a reset. We need to get back to a place where supply and demand are back together. So it is their intention. That's why we start seeing the rate goes higher, and we do see that the days on markets are longer. There's more inventory coming to be available. That's exactly what the government trying to do. Coming from a super hot seller's market, they want to decrease the discrepancy between housing supply and demand. And also, he said their intention is that they want to make it the where inflation is down low again and mortgage rates are low again. So here's the 3 points my takeaway. They want to bring the supply and demand back together. The intention is to bring the inflation low, and eventually they want to bring the mortgage rate low again. The Washington Post said the low rates of the last few years were an anomaly, a combination of freakish low interest rate and Federal Reserve intervention in the bond and mortgage-backed security market. Now, the Fed has ended quantitative easing and is raising rates. Realtor.com. As rising inflation and mortgage rates bring U.S. housing demand back from the 2021 frenzy, Realtor.com's newly updated 2022 forecast predicts inventory will grow double digits over 2021 and offer buyer a better than expected chance to find a home. In fact, the Realtor.com's number just changed from below 1% to 15% more. They expect they will be in for the whole year 2022 will be 15% more home, 15% more inventory compared to last year available for buyer to find a home. Next, we're going to talk about the economic slowdown. The Wall Street Journal said recession fears surge among CEOs survey suggests. So 3/4 of global CEOs says that we are in a recession or will be in the next 12 to 18 months, according to a new survey. So for the first quarter of 2022, we do see negative GDP growth. So we're pushing the end of June. If that trend continues, that's going to become the 2 consecutive negative quarter GDP growth. What does that mean to the mortgage rate? Historically, we plot out a chart here to show you the interaction, the relationship, if any, between mortgage rate and recession. There's a chart, a graph has a lot of information. First, let me point it out. The light gray area there, that's the recession period. So here we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 previous recessions. And the blue line here is the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. The yellow box trying to showcase that historically, during recession, the mortgage rate tends to go up first, but will go down when it's toward the end of recession. So look at these all yellow bars. Initially, the blue line goes up, but toward the end of the yellow bar, the box, we'll see that the blue line, tend to be lower than the beginning of the box. In the following chart, we're gonna put it in the table format just to reiterate the same message, but slice the cake in a different way. And here, that's why we see the recent uptick. So remember previous pages slide, they were saying that these couple years, low interest rate is anomaly from a historical perspective. We are in the low zone. If this is the early sign of a trend turnaround, definitely that's the first steep uptick we see here. Like I mentioned, here are 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this, we just relay out the information from previous graph in a box format. So out of all this 6 recessions at different period of time, and they might have different durations, range from 2 months to 1 year and 6 months. The mortgage rate tend to start high at the beginning, the offset of a recession. But when we're getting closer, approaching to the end recession, the mortgage rate tend to go down. Fortune magazine says, over the past 5 recessions, mortgage rates have fallen an average of 1.8 percentage point from the peak seen during the recession to the trough. And in many cases, they continue to fall after the fact, as it takes some time to turn things around, even when the recession is technically over. Here is another chart, a bar chart that's telling. Recession, there's a lot of talk, and we see the news headline talking about recession and the relationship between recession and a housing crisis. Again, we're looking at the number. In the past 6 recessions, how does housing market react and handle? The green one shows that those recession, out of the 6 recession, 4 of them actually come up positive, and there are 2 of them are negatively impacted. In fact, the 2008 recession was driven by housing crisis. So recession doesn't always or necessarily equal a housing crisis. Market is shifting. There's a lot of changes going on. The market can be very confusing. It is my goal to continue provide you the most timely, important, relevant information to keep our emotion intact. I'll see you in the next video.